Welcome back to Manchester, where things have not been easy. Um, let's have a look. Last time you saw us was the goalless draw with Real Madrid. So we lost to Tottenham. Disappointing, but especially as they had 10 men for the last 20 minutes and we couldn't get the equaliser. But I don't think we were ever really in it. I mean, looking at these match performances, that's not a win, is it? We then destroyed Fulham 4-1. We edged past Leeds 1-0, closer than I'd have liked. And then we lost 4 in a row. Got beaten by Newcastle. I mean, again, the match ratings don't look great, but we were the better side in this game. I think if I look at this, yeah, we out XG'd them. We were decent, and they had 2 shots on target all day. So the fact we lost that one was really annoying. We did knock Saints out of the League Cup. I'm going to unfilter these now because you've seen the run of form in the Premier League. But yeah, we knocked Saints out of the League Cup. We then played them in the league a few days later, 3 days later, and we were not good enough. Basically, they took their chances. They scored 2. We then continued our wonderful run of form by being horrendously bad against Burnley. Again, nothing going on up front really. And then we took an early. We led at half time against Liverpool and collapsed in the second half. And yeah, 4 straight defeats. I got called in to see the board and threatened with, it's got to improve or that's it, you're done. Fortunately, our next game was Bournemouth, who are absolutely terrible. And we destroyed them 5-0. We then got beaten by Chelsea. So, wasn't great, but that was on New Year's Day. Since then, we've been okay. I mean, obviously, very easy cup game against Salford. A little bit of heavy weather of it. Didn't really sort of, get the first goal for quite a while. But once we did, it was never going any other way. And then, absolutely destroyed Arsenal, who we seem to, be able to take these days. But yeah, this wasn't even a first choice lineup, I don't think. Looking at like Tristan Taylor, Fernando Rodriguez. I don't know, actually it was reasonably strong, but Dale Lamb was in the lineup, so the attacking lineup wasn't necessarily full strength. I then went completely off script with the lineup for the League Cup semi-final first leg because I really do not care about this one. We don't need to still be in it. We've done enough to keep the board happy. And despite Libreros getting sent off after only 8 minutes, we put up one hell of a fight and took the lead twice. And yeah, we've got a 2-2 draw to take back to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where again I will be playing quite a weak lineup by our standards. We then beat Wolves. It was a lot more comfortable for the most part than we made it look. Again, every time we looked like we were really sort of just cruising, 2-0 up, going in towards half-time, conceded a goal just to make it nervy, get the 3rd goal in injury time, and then still managed to find time to concede another one. Now, the Champions League, which is the focus of today's episode mainly, that's where the game will be played in the Champions League. We easily beat Shakhtar. They were no match for us, and 4-0, and that kind of makes today relatively jeopardy free, but there are still a couple of little things. And the last time out, beat Arsenal again, 3-1, and again 3-0 up by half time. Basically, sort of the boys as usual backed off in the second half. I hate the fact they do that. I know you're winning. I don't want you backing off. I want you scoring as many goals as possible. Destroy these teams' confidence because they are above us in the league. Talking of which, we'll have a quick look at the table. Actually, they are slightly below us in the league now, but they were above us. I'm sure they were. Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of Brighton. I knew we had someone who was second coming up. Brighton is our next game, by the way. I think it's away. So we're not technically out of the title race at the moment, and if we keep playing the way we have against Arsenal, we'll be fine. It's very annoying to be 4 points behind Manchester United because they aren't good. We've seen them. They're not that good. They're certainly not as good as we are, but apparently they get results. And my boys decided to go on holiday for like 3 weeks. Sadly, during the middle of December, the busiest month of the year. Um, However, yeah, we're sort of, you can see the dip in the table there. But I mean, we'll keep on going. I think they want Champions League qualification. They're not demanding the title. Yeah, qualify for the Champions League. So as long as you do that, we'll be all right. But I do have a special plan for this team come the end of the season, because this is now definitely going to be my last season here. Um, Now, Champions League wise, let's show you where we stand. We are 15th. We are still just about within range of the top 8, but I can't see us getting it. 3 teams have to make a mess of things, and none of these actually get decent results either. Oh, our other Champions League result, by the way, was an away win against Mönchengladbach. And we are 3 points clear of an Olympiacos side that has beaten us, so if it goes on direct result, we could be in trouble. But I mean, we are also playing Wolfsburg, which means we know that. I mean, also with the points, we know if we don't lose today, we are definitely through. Obviously, we are going to have given ourselves an extra couple of games because of results against the likes of Olympiacos and Porto, who we should have done much better against. But today is home Wolfsburg. Apparently, there's some Premier League games going on as well. Marvellous. Right, have I picked the side? No, I have not picked the side, I don't think, have I? Or have I? Yes, I have. Yep, that looks quite strong. I've constantly been sort of tinkering around with what's going on in the midfield. We did have like an anchor man and then a central midfielder, so we had sort of like slightly unbalanced midfield. But I think that may have been during the period when we were losing a lot, so I kind of abandoned that. And it's difficult trying to get all the best players on the pitch at any given time. And we do have to basically rotate Casas and Lacam. I could use them instead of Castellanos, who is still here and, as you can see, very clearly back in the team. But that's basically because we haven't really got anyone else. I mean, Teco is okay as a backup, and he plays okay when he's in. But for the bigger games, we need the likes of Castellanos, who is probably going to be unhappy in a few days' time that we haven't sold him. But no one's come in with the bid that he agreed we had to accept. So if they don't come in with that, I don't have to sell him. So that's his problem. What do we want? We don't need to win our final match to qualify for the round of 16. Actually, no, the round of 16, yes, we do. But I'm not going to say anything about the round of 16. I think that's gone. Okay, well that was a complete non-event of a team talk, wasn't it? Right, there you go. Make me proud. I have faith. I'm not entirely sure I do, but I mean, this is a no excuses game. We should be beating, or at least not losing, to the likes of Wolfsburg at home. I know they're a decent side, but you know, so are we, and this is about as full strength as I can get at the moment. Mamadashvili is out injured, by the way, so Ivo Jansa, he of the Mohawk, is in goal. He's done okay. Very rarely had a sort of an off day. He never really has a spectacular day back there, but I mean, to be fair, quite often we don't have an awful lot for him to do. So we make somewhat of a mess of it when we do, unfortunately. But anyway, the important thing is that we, you know, stay away from there. And as you can see, Manchester United, see that? I told you they weren't any good. Champions League, oh no. We look like we might not qualify. Premier League, oh yeah, we're above you. Haha. Get out of it. Right. Oh, hello, Aguiar. Well, he looked more like he was starting an Olympic swimming race with that one, to be honest. I won't be overly shocked if this gets overturned. No, well, they've given it. Fair enough. Now Adavic, the German, scores against the Germans. Confident penalty. If the keeper goes the right way, he could be in trouble, but oh, straight from the kickoff. Oh boys, quick fire double. That's what we want. Or just open yourselves up. Oh no, Rico Lewis, good work. Rodriguez, he's just signed a new contract. He's here for another 4 years and just bumped his wages up a little bit. Oh, yes, talking of wages, we are once again right up against our wage budget because the board decided that that needed cutting slightly because of our financial situation. Last seen at somewhere way one eye the minus £370 million mark in the bank, or rather not in the bank, as the case may be. And I had £17 million in transfer budget spare that I was hoping to use on maybe a youngster or two, set the team up for the future a bit better. And they took all that away as well. So I've been able to make no deals, but I do have a little bit of an idea of what I might do with this team at the end of the season. And I like to think that for the long-term future of the team, it will be the best thing, but I'm not entirely sure they're going to like it short-term. Come on, Evo, you could come out and get that. It's yours, son. It's its command of area. Should be better than that. Should be coming out and claiming that, in my opinion, but there you go. Maybe if he had, they wouldn't have got that shot away. Still, it's a good start. We're 2-0 up. They are 22nd and clinging on. Don't want to beat them too badly because we want to give them a worse goal difference than Man United, do we? Right, we're still 11th. Yeah, as you can see, people are getting points that are going to keep us out of that top 8 at the moment. So, I mean, if it was the genuine thing and not a random draw like it actually is here, we would actually be on to play either Brighton or Wolfsburg again. Given how the seeding works from this, Rico Lewis lobs it in and gets it back, heads it back. It's just Rico Lewis tennis at the moment. Aguilar, oh, it's a good save. Still, we seem to be playing quite well. Keep it quiet though. Keep it under your hat. We don't want this PC finding out. Aguirre, oh, I mean, not the ideal person to be shooting from there, but he has scored. I think he did actually score in the last Champions League game, oddly. So, that was his first of the season. Oh, hello, Fairs. What's happened to you? What hath happened to Mr. Fairs? I mean, there's nothing saying anything there, but he's not good, is he? Might have to put Ori van Eyden in at centre back because, unfortunately, Håkon Rosten, by the way, has gone. We sold him for 5 million. He was getting upset about lack of game time, and someone came in for him, and he was 32, he was getting on. So I think that's our last Norwegian has gone, and now Libreros, who obviously I brought in as cheap understudy, is also complaining about lack of game time, and he wants to be sold. So that is going to leave me with basically 3 centre-backs to see out the rest of the season with, plus Ori van Eyden, who can play there if necessary. But I'd rather he didn't, especially as I really kind of need him at left-back as well. However, see what I mean? This is what this team does. We've been under no pressure at all, having taken the early lead, and now, right before half-time, we've made it close again. Every time. I'm just going to give you a quick berate just before half-time. Yeah, things need to improve. You're not getting enough possession, apparently. Get out there and control the game. I mean, we play slow passing football. You should be in control of possession, especially at home. Great first touch, well done. like the fact you constantly make life difficult for yourself. I don't know if it's going to make any difference if they score another one in our qualification, because that will get us through. But, you know, winning's a habit, boys. Give yourselves a habit. Nay, an addiction to winning, if you can. So you actually put some bleeding effort in. Again, the only shot they've had on target. I have to say, this Manchester City has been one of the least enjoyable managerial experiences I've ever had on this game. Because it's been deeply frustrating. I've got a bunch of incredibly talented players who half the time cannot be asked to turn up. And I don't know why. And also, basically, I mean, I've signed a load of youngsters. We've seen that, and several of them do sort of get a reasonable amount of game time. I mean, Rodriguez is one in this lineup today. Esquivel is another. Jansa a third. So I am introducing the new blood into this squad, but the problem I've had is I have had to, because we have no money. Somehow, someone has managed to drain Manchester City of all funds. So I have a very limited transfer budget. When I sell someone, I get almost nothing back for them, because the board take most of the money. Right, let's get some substitutions on it. So it has become very, very difficult to actually keep this squad at the level that it should be, and probably was when I got here. Simply because I'm having to replace tried and tested, older, experienced players who are fully developed with teenagers. No matter how good they are, they've still got that little bit lacking. So, yeah, from that perspective, it's been deeply frustrating not being able to actually really look at the transfer market very much at all. Except, can we find a few bargain buys? Alright, Fares has gone down again. Right, hang on. We need to get him off. Ori van Eyden, on you go. Right, Casas is also a bit tired, and Rodriguez likewise. Right, Simon Jones can go on then, and Lacam on for Casas. Right, so after this highlight, okay, bearing in mind we are obviously down to 10 men and a centre-back is missing at the moment. I'm going to be somewhat miffed if we concede a goal here. Oh, Fair's sprinting back into position, but... Right, well, and now we're making changes at a corner, which probably is not helping. Oh, apologies for batting the microphone there. Right. Okay, let's ask the assistant to sort out those bits. Right, God. Now we are going to go a little bit more. Just try and control the game. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure what that was all about there, because those tactics didn't kick in before that happened. Oh, no. Interesting. Oh, PSG are losing to Porto. That Porto side does seem pretty good. And they're 6th, so you know. Okay, I'm going to risk a focus. I know you don't like it. Nobody likes to be told to do their job properly, do they? Heaven forfend, boys. Right. Okay, is this just the whole last minute of the game, or are we getting some sort of highlight here? Okay. Lacam, Al Janafi, Pedro! Seals it! Nicely worked. Rico Lewis just about kept it in. Lacam, Al Janafi found Pedro. Nice finish. Good job. Right, this... Oh, hello. He's in again. Oh, my word. He's done him. Oh, Magnificent stuff from Pedro late on. Lacam. Oh, almost another one. See, when we're on it, we look amazing. Just not on it often enough for my liking. But, I mean, January has been a fairly good month. The Chelsea result on New Year's Day aside. Well, we are still in the Champions League, which, frankly, after 4 matches, nay, probably 5 matches, I didn't really know was going to be the case. Because after 5 games, we had 5 points. And we have won our last 3 games and made it comfortable. But the question is, do I let you in on what I'm planning to do at the end of the season? I think I probably should. Okay, so what's this special plan I've got? Well, planned. Basically, it is the football equivalent of a yard sale. We have got players who are worth quite a lot of money, several of whom are competing for the same position on the pitch. Got a lot of good youngsters coming through. So, and you won't get to see this because this is going to be the last season of the Blind Man Jones save, and we'll focus on the Champions League going through, more of which later. But what I'm going to do at the end of this season is get rid of a lot of the upper end of our transfer sort of worth talent. So, likes of Kasongo, Al-Janafi, Casas, Darvic, Dominguez, Aguilar, Castellanos, Buonanni. They're all on the chopping block, basically. Some of them might stay, but hopefully most of them will go. That should raise enough money to clear our overdraft, which is currently £370 million, and it will take £100 and something million off of the wage budget. That might make seasons actually affordable. So what I will then do is, after I've done that, if I succeed in getting rid of as many as I need to, I will play the next season just entirely off camera, and we'll give you one last episode as a sort of like, this is what I did, this is what the result was. I might end up getting sacked because we've got no talent left, but as far as getting this club back on an even keel is concerned, I think this radical surgery is the only way to actually go about it. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be brutal. The fans are not going to be happy, and the team might perform quite badly the season afterwards. But the club will be in a much healthier state going forward than it currently is at the moment. I think the prediction for the end of 2.5 years' time, so the end of not next season but the season after, we're predicted to be like £700 and something million overdrawn, and that's just untenable. And you've seen me struggle with the transfers. I have to bring in youngsters because we can't afford to replace like for like talent wise. And if you look at Casas, I cannot afford to buy someone who is already that good, because if we sold him for, say, middle of the range 80 million, I have 20 million of that to spend. I can't get someone like that for 20 million. So yeah, this financial situation is unsustainable. To keep this side at the top, there has to be, I think of it as like trees, pollarding basically. I'm cutting off all the best branches and hoping that the young shoots replace them in hopefully double quick time. Anyway, enough of that. Right, this is the upcoming fixtures. We will come back for the second leg of the Champions League knockout because it's unlikely to be over from the first leg. And if it is, then hopefully we'll have a nice relaxed, chilled time. Unless, of course, we are completely out of it and that's why it's over, because we've been beaten so badly in the first leg. In which case I'll probably be royally miffed. But anyway, yeah, it's going to be Champions League centric. We will follow that run through until we're out, and then I'll go to the end of the season. And I mean, being as it's Bournemouth and they are absolutely awful, we'll probably show you the last game of the season once we're out of the Champions League, unless we get to the final, of course, in which case Bournemouth is irrelevant and it's all about the Champions League final. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you next time for more European drama on the 16th of February. Bye bye for now.